Welcome to another episode of Racing to Learn. We are a nonprofit that uses radio control to get kids excited about math and science. We are working on a ProLine Pro MT 4x4 today. This is a 1/10 scale monster truck that uses 8th scale components. We're in the process of mounting up a bigger motor to this guy. The 550 sized or 3656 motor that we were using from Hobbywing was much too small and underpowered, so we're stepping it up. So we're gonna throw in this Hobbywing Quick Run 4074 2000 kV motor here. We used to run this in our Revo, so our Traxxas Revo brushless conversion. That's the Revo is a full 8th scale monster truck, so this motor should be more than enough. Alright, so we're just going to detach it from its old mount here, and we're going to run a bigger pinion. We're going to run the stock 16-tooth pinion that comes with the ProLine Pro MT. So we'll take this, dump it into our pile of pinions over here. We're in the process of organizing those. I'm going to go ahead and grab a paintbrush and dust this motor off before we go further. So give me 1 second here. Alright, we've got our motor cleaned off here. And it's mounted up to the motor mount. So, alright, so when you're using a smaller 550 sized or 36 millimeter diameter motor like we were using before, you leave in this insert, but if you're going to go with a bigger diameter motor, you're going to want to remove this insert. Some folks have actually not been the biggest fans of the mounting system that the ProLine Pro MT uses, and there's a bunch of alternatives that you could use out there, meaning you can actually remove the kind of inserts that they use and just use flat-headed screws with some spacers in there, and just do your pinion mesh the traditional way. Let's see which. Oh, actually, we can still. I think this motor still uses 3mm screws, so we're good. We don't have to step up to those larger 4mm mounting screws, which is nice. Alright, but ProLine does provide you with both of those options, which is nice. So you can choose. Alright, so we'll go ahead and use these mounting holes, having the wires out at the top here. And let me just grab some thread lock. Alright. Forward to getting this truck going here and seeing what it's capable of. I really love the form factor of these 10th scale trucks. The 8th scale trucks can just be a handful to bring around. They're heavy to lug around, and the bigger batteries, the 5S, the 4S, the 6S batteries, they can take a good amount of time to charge. Even if you have big chargers or whatnot. So, you know, with this 40mm can, it doesn't rest perfectly along the bottom there. So, interesting. I'm guessing that's how it is though, because we had the spacer on and that was too much. So, we'll go ahead and run it this way, and two screws through the motor should be sufficient to hold us in place here, even without you know, the added support here of the end of that motor mount. So let's go ahead and get this bad boy mounted. Again, we're going to be using the stock 16 tooth pinion. So we will use the same mounting configuration that we had before. Now, let's see here. Let's line these up the right way. Alright. And having the truck sideways here facilitates with being able to screw these in. So you will want to put some thread lock on these screws as well. I'm just going to put in the top ones first. Makes it easier since those top ones will support the weight of the motor. Get the servo wire in the way here. Get some dust. For mounting holes like this, I usually like to go in a crisscross pattern just so that you don't distort anything with the torque of the screws there. So I will put in the bottom left screw there next. And just putting on some thread lock. Really impressed with the build quality of this truck here. Everything is very nicely molded and machined. This isn't a cheap truck, so I guess you would expect that from a truck of this caliber, but nice to see nonetheless. Put on the fourth and final screw here, and then we'll go back and tighten everything snug. And this is really a world of difference when you compare it with other 10th scale monster trucks. And we've had a Stampede 4x4 VXL, and we've had to replace quite a lot of parts on there to make it durable. So beyond just the time and expense, but also the time that truck is out of commission. There's something called total cost of ownership in the technical world here. Alright, so we've got the motor in, and that looks great. Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and get the pinion gear mounted next. Again, we're using the stock pinion. We can pop out the insert that allows you to use it with a smaller shaft motor there. And go ahead and get some thread lock on this as well. Set screw. And because the mesh is already set, it's kind of nice. You can just slide the pinion in. With the flat spot on the shaft of the motor there. Just tighten that pinion. So I'm just using my hands on both sides, both sides of the pinion there, just to make sure that it is properly lined up with the spur gear. Alright, so just tightening that down. Checking the mesh, looks good. You know, there were some problems with the manual in terms of which inserts to use with which tooth pinion gear, so definitely look at that Facebook posting. Whatever was mentioned in the manual and also the correction of the manual. That pinion gear mesh I thought was just way too tight. So just decided to go with one setting looser, and that's perfect, and a lot of the other folks on the forums and the boards and whatnot concurred. So let us know what you guys think in the comments. We've got the motor all mounted up. We're going to get the speed control mounted up next. So let us know what you guys think. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we will catch you next time.